Everyone, this is a question, and this is my final haul video for 2022. This will be everything that I picked up in the month of December, with the Right Stuff sale and winter sale, and then also Barnes & Noble's right after Christmas half off hardcover sale. Quite a bit of stuff, mainly between those two vendors. But before I started my video, I just wanted to real quick give some thanks for, some first, thanks to all of you for watching my channel. I hit 600 subscribers last month, and when I first started this channel, I never thought I would have 600 people want to listen to an old guy ramble on about manga and his collection, but I very much thank you for that. I would love to, over 2023, be able to get to 1,000 subscribers, so that's kind of going to be my goal for the end of 2023. But I also wanted to give some thanks specifically to some other manga tubers. So first, the first manga tuber that I kind of wanted to give thanks to is Archangel Manga. He is one of the first manga channels that I kind of found that really made me think about wanting to do my own videos. And it was more because most of the early manga tube channels that I watched were it was more showing the same common books that you would see kind of everywhere. It was just the big name stuff, and his was really the first channel where it was showing a lot of lesser known, a lot of independent, a lot of really old classic manga that just wasn't being talked about as much on some of the other channels. And he also had a really low-key vibe, kind of like myself, so it was definitely one of the first channels that made me think, oh, this is something that I should try and that I can give a shot to. So thanks to him. He doesn't post as many videos recently, but definitely if you're into kind of lesser known books, definitely check his channel out. And then I also wanted to give a shout out to another manga tuber, Bizarre Individual, who pretty much from the start of me creating videos was always in the comments, was always liking, was always giving me support. And that was definitely well appreciated, especially early on when I was definitely way more, unsure of myself making videos. So I wanted to thank them too, especially. And then there's a ton of manga tubers out there, as I'm sure most of you know. There's channels for everybody. There's so many channels that I can't even watch, like all the ones that I'm interested in. But I did want to mention a few that I really enjoy watching the videos of. So just a few here. Don't want to leave out anybody else. If I didn't mention a certain manga tube channel that you really enjoy, I'm more than likely have watched some videos from them. I just, there's just so much out there. So first is Tony's Manga. She does some really great videos, and most of them are fairly short, which is something that I struggle with. She's really good at wrapping up what she enjoys about a story in a very short amount of time, which I really wish that I was capable of doing. I highly enjoy all of her videos when they come out. Her TBR jar videos, just very unique and interesting videos. Other one that I really enjoy, one of the bigger manga channels out there, the Omnibus Collector. He does really great videos, especially like, it's been a little while, but he was doing like a lot of creator videos, Junji Ito, stuff like that. I got a lot of great information from his channel. And obviously he has this giant collection, if anybody's watched his videos, way larger than mine. Profitaku, another great manga tuber, very enthusiastic about manga. Love watching his videos. He gets super excited, and he's just a great positive person in the manga space. So I definitely recommend him. More really great manga tubers, the Manga Sloth and the Promji. They both make highly entertaining videos, shorter in length. Just, Manga Sloth is always showing, he gets a ton of stuff in his hauls. Bunch of stuff that I've never, wouldn't something that'd be normally up my alley, that I'll check out and I'll end up enjoying it. So highly recommend his channel. And then the Promji, he's always finding great steals at places like Half Price Books and stuff. So highly entertaining also. So yeah, so those are really the main YouTube channels that I watch. I obviously watch lots of other ones, but if you notice kind of a theme, I'm definitely way more into watching positive videos. I don't really enjoy a lot of negative content, so I'm not gonna watch YouTube videos by people that are just, you know, would just have negative attitudes. That's not really what I enjoy watching. So thank you to all of those YouTubers. Thank you to everybody else in the community for continuing to make great content. And yeah, let's get right into the haul. Okay, so let's get started. I'm gonna start off with some stuff I picked up from Amazon. And so first off from Amazon, they had a sale on a couple volumes of Tokyo Ghoul. So I grabbed a couple volumes of that I didn't have. That's 10 and 14. And then the last thing I got from Amazon was actually from a third-party seller, and this is one of my steals of the year. I've had this on my wish list forever, and that is Short Program Volume 2. This is one of the few Mitsuru Adachi books that we've gotten in English. We got Cross Game, and then we got 2 volumes of Short Program, which I think is like a short story collection. I have Volume 1. Yes, it's a short story collection, but there is more volumes in Japan. We just only got the first 2 in English, and the second volume is like completely different size and format than the Volume 1. But I do have Volume 1, which I picked up, I think maybe 4 or 5 months ago, and now I have Volume 2, which I got for $5 from a third-party seller, and it was actually a half-price books on the East Coast that was a third-party seller. And for anybody who doesn't know, this book regularly goes for 100 plus. Even when you can find it, it very rarely is on sale anywhere. Very low print run, but really glad to have this in my collection. Really looking forward to reading this. So that was everything from Amazon. Okay, so next is the stuff I got from local used stores. Only a few volumes this month. First we have Yakuza Lover. This is one I've heard interesting stuff about, and I figured I'd give the first volume a shot. And so I grabbed that. Then we have Sugar Sugar Rune Volume 1. This one's in pretty rough shape, but one of my goals for 2023, I really want to collect and read some more Mayoko Anno stuff. So she has a bunch of out-of-print series that I'm going to try to get as much as I can for a good price, and Sugar Sugar Rune is one of them. Happy Mania. I'm forgetting some of the other titles, but yeah, some of her out-of-print series I'm really going to try to see if I can collect this month. And so I found Volume 1 of this. It is in pretty rough shape, but it was like $5. So, and lastly from used stores, I got another Gen manga volume, and this is a very large one. This is Android Angels. It's almost the size of kind of like a standard US graphic novel. So I'd never seen this one in the wild, so I wasn't expecting it to be this big, but I'm really looking forward to this. I've been slowly grabbing all of these Gen manga releases, which is the defunct publisher. And this one looks interesting, about androids, obviously. I think I can show the inside, but really, really big pages. Just a really nice release. And this again was like $5, so I couldn't pass that up. And that was everything from local used stores. Next, I have a volume that I actually got straight from a fellow manga collector and reader, and that is Rosebud Zero Volume 4. This was actually sent to me by Baz Reed Books. They had noticed that I had picked up the other series, Rosehip Rose, and noticed that I didn't have Rosehip Zero, and so they had this extra volume in their collection and they sent it to me. So that is well appreciated. Now I just need to get the few other ones of this, since I guess Rosehip Rose is actually a sequel series to this, which I didn't know when I was picking that one up. So glad to have this in my collection, and thank you for that. And then a couple books that I got straight from the publishers. I ordered this one straight from Floating World Comics, and this is Boat Life Volume 1 by Suge Tadeo, I think is how you pronounce it. And this is one, I've been collecting a lot of his kind of classic manga, and this is another one that I was really excited to get. Just a really nice release by Floating World Comics. I think this is the only one of their books that I have in my collection. Grab that. And this one is not manga, but I got it because this studio is actually not releasing books anymore. They're actually closing, and I think it's pronounced Pow Studio. It's P-E-O-W. And so I had picked up a book by a Chinese creator last time. It was the last chance to find Duke. And so I kind of just went on their website and looked for something that I thought looked interesting to me. And so I picked up this book, Stages of Rot. And it's a really nice release here. Full color, sci-fi, not a lot of words, but I thought it looked interesting. So I went ahead and grabbed that. And so that was straight from the publisher. And then I got one little bundle from eBay this month, and this one is very bizarre because I actually got this at the beginning of the month of December, and I have no idea why I bought this. Like I'm looking at this and I'm looking at the back, and I don't know what possessed me to buy. Like I don't know why I bought this. I don't know anything about these creators. I'm like reading the back, and nothing about this looks like something I would have been interested in, but. I know it was cheap, so I got all 4 volumes of Absolute Duo. It was like $20, so it was like $5 a volume, so it was fairly cheap, but for the life of me, I cannot remember why I ordered this. So if anybody has read this or have heard of this, please let me know. The only thing I can think of is I was scrolling through eBay and this was cheap, and I kind of just quickly looked it up on Goodreads and had good reviews or something. That's the only reason, because I tried looking up these creators and I don't think they've done any other work that I know of, so not too sure, but I have 4 volumes of Absolute Duo, and that was my only eBay purchase of the month. Okay, so next we're going to go through Barnes & Noble pickups, and so I've got these split into basically 3 categories. We've got the back-ordered stuff that they sent me, the pre-orders that I ordered that came in this month, and then also the stuff from the sale. So Barnes & Noble, in case you're unaware, they did the same thing last year, this year too. The 2 days after Christmas, they had a half off all hardcovers in the store sale, and that included manga hardcovers. So last year I bought a lot. This year I bought even more. So that'll be last. But first, let's go through the back orders. Viz continues to reprint Nana, so we got some more Nana volumes in this month. We got volume 8, volume 10, and volume 17. So I think that leaves me with just 2 left, and I'm pretty sure both those are supposed to get reprinted in January. So then I'll have all of that series. And then another Viz reprint series, we have Banana Fish, so I got volume 14, and this is the final volume that I needed for my collection, so I now have all the volumes of Banana Fish, and I can finally read that series. And then this next book was just a random pickup while I was in the store. I grabbed this, and this is Moon and Sun Volume 1. I'd heard some people talk about this series. It was shrink wrapped. But I haven't read this volume yet, but I did kind of just flip through it, and it is way more spicy than I was expecting, so this is definitely going to be an interesting read. But yeah, so I grabbed volume 1 of Moon and Sun, and that was all the back ordered and just regular pickups. Okay, so now I'm going to go through the pre-orders from Barnes & Noble. And if you've been following my channel, I normally do all my pre-orders through Right Stuff, but occasionally Barnes & Noble will do like a 25% off coupon where it works on your whole cart and it works on pre-orders and everything. And so a few times a year I'll do that, where I'll pre-order a bunch of stuff through them, just because, you know, they usually, the second something comes out, they'll ship it out to you. So it'll be, sometimes you'll get individual packages. So I do still have some pre-orders from Barnes & Noble. So here's the stuff they sent me this month. We have Atom the Beginning Volume 2. This is a kind of new reimagining of the classic Astro Boy series by Tezuka. This is obviously by newer creators, and it is a newer series by Titan, is the manga publisher. We have The Summer You Were There. I read volume 1 of that, really enjoyed it. Looking forward to this series. We have Komi Can't Communicate, volume 22. The Apothecary Diaries, volume 7. The Country Without Humans, volume 3. This just came in, like, I think maybe yesterday or the day before, so I just got this in time for this video. We have Blood on the Tracks, volume 12. Beauty and the Beast of Paradise Lost, which is the final volume of this series. So this is a short 5-volume series. I have not read any of this. Looking forward to checking this one out. Heterogenea Linguistico, I got volumes 1 through 3, which I think were part of a sale earlier in the year from Right Stuff, so I went ahead and pre-ordered volume 4. We have Kowloon Generic Romance Volume 2, loved Volume 1, loved the creator's previous series After the Rain, so really looking forward to this series. We have Yakuza Fiancé. This is one that I actually, just by the cover and stuff, I didn't really know if I was going to pick up, but then I actually read someone had mentioned in one of their videos that this is by the same creator who did Haru's Curse, a one-shot that I really enjoyed, so I went ahead and put this on my pre-order list. Really looking forward to checking this one out. I've heard great things about this. Same thing, I've heard really great things about this series, and that is In the Clear Moonlit Dusk. This is volume 1. Not sure how to pronounce this series. I don't know if it's K-On! The Complete Omnibus Edition. This one I know was released a long time ago. Now it's released in this all-in-one omnibus, this really nice omnibus. Really looking forward to checking this series out. I've heard people talk about it. The only thing I really know about it is it's a music series. That's really it. We've got another Attack on Titan omnibus, so we're getting near the end of these. This is volumes 22, 23, 24. Another hardcover, we have Tales of the Kingdom Volume 2. Really looking forward to this. Really like these nice hardcover releases that Yen Press does. We've got Orochi Volume 3. So I think this is 4 volumes long series. So we just got one more of these hardcovers. I've actually not read any Orochi. I've read a lot of other Umez stuff, but I've not read Orochi yet. So I'm kind of waiting until it completes, and then I'll give this one a shot. But really nice hardcovers. Hope we get more Umez stuff once this series concludes. And then the last pre-order from Barnes & Noble was Afro Samurai Volume 1. This one has been delayed almost a full year. It keeps getting delayed almost every time. And kind of disappointed in the style of this book. It's basically just a standard kind of American graphic novel size. But the disappointing thing is, it's like if it was going to be in this size, like as small as this is, I don't understand why they didn't just release both volumes. Like it's a 2-volume series. Like they could have just put this in 1 volume. I don't understand why they had to split it up if it was going to be this small. Like I was like, oh, it must be thicker. That's why they're splitting it up. But we did finally get this, and this is volume 1 of that. And this is again by Titan. And that was all the pre-orders for Barnes & Noble. Okay, so next we're going to do, I'm actually going to do the stuff I got that was from the Barnes & Noble half-off hardcover sale. So here's everything I picked up from that. Quite a bit of books, way too much books. But first off, we have The Promised Neverland Art Book World. I'm not really into art books that much, so I don't have a lot of them. But this one looked really nice presentation, so I went ahead and grabbed this. I've actually not read Promised Neverland yet. So hopefully I enjoy that series. I think I will. I've watched the first season of the anime and I enjoyed it. But that was one of the books I picked up. This is next. I got most of a series that I really didn't see. I saw a lot of people pick stuff up in the Barnes & Noble hardcover sale. I didn't really see anybody get this series, and that is For the Kid I Saw in My Dreams. I have some other series by the same creator. I have the erased hardcovers already. I've been collecting his newer release, I think it's Island in the Puddle. But I had never picked up this series, For the Kid I Saw in My Dreams. And between 3 different Barnes & Nobles, I found almost all of this series. So I got Volume 1, Volume 2, Volume 3, Volume 4, Volume 5, and it kind of worked out perfectly because it was like 3 of the volumes would be at one store, the other 3 would be at another store. So we got 6. So at none of the stores had Volume 7, so we're missing Volume 7. So here's 8 and Volume 9. So I got 1 through 9, just missing Volume 7. So not bad, especially for half price. These usually go for, I think they're like $17.99 or $17, so half that. Really good price. I was really looking forward to checking this series out. I thought I had most of these classic collection hardcovers that Seven Seas has done, but I did not have this one, and so I went ahead and grabbed this. I was surprised to see this at one of the stores, and this is Space Battleship Yamato, the classic collection. If you saw in one of my previous videos, I got a bunch of these classic collections hardcovers from someone on Reddit. But yeah, this is one of the ones that I didn't have, so I'm looking forward to checking this out. We have the newest volume of Fist of the North Star. I already had 1 through 6 of this. Now I got volume 7 for half price. I grabbed a few volumes of Saint Young Men. So I already had 1 through 6 of this that I've gotten mostly at used places, things like that. But I found 7, 8, and 9 at a store. So I grabbed 7, 8, and 9. So I think that's up to date. I think this is still ongoing though. I don't think we've concluded, but I've got 7, 8, and 9 now. And then I got the most recent hardcover of Blade of the Immortal. So this is volume 7. So I now have all of Blade of the Immortal. I haven't started reading it yet, so I kind of wait and get these when I find them for half off or super cheap. But I think it goes to 10. I think 10 is the final volume. Looking forward to checking this series out. But yeah, so that was all the hardcovers. That was everything I got from Barnes & Noble. And now we're going to get into the monster stuff that I got, which is all the Right Stuff pickups for the month. Okay, so moving on to Right Stuff. First, I'm going to start off with the back-ordered stuff that they sent me this month. So we have Bloom Into You Volume 3. I ordered all of this series maybe 5 or 6 months ago, and I think I'm just missing now maybe 1 more volume after this one. So slowly getting all of that. And then same thing here, I had been missing this volume of Classmates, so this is volume 3. I had everything else from the series, but this one had been out of stock, and they finally got more of these, so now I have all of Classmates. We have the final volume of Dead Man Wonderland that I was missing, and that is volume 12, so I now have all of that series. We've got a bunch of volumes of Kami-sama Kiss. These reprints are flying along from Viz, so we have 6, 8, 9, 10, 11, 22, I think, yeah, the final volume 25. So they sent me a good amount of Kami-sama Kiss this month. And then also in the shipments that I have coming to me that won't arrive until January, there's another like 10 volumes of Kami-sama Kiss. So Viz has really been working hard on getting those out, and I'm really looking forward to checking out that series. And next up for back-ordered stuff, the one that everybody had been waiting for, I was so stoked for this to get reprinted, and that is Emma Volume 4 in these nice hardcovers. I've had this series 1 through 5, other than 4, for a while now, and I've really been wanting to read this, and I did read this month also. I read through the whole series, which I'll talk about in my reading log, but it did not disappoint. I'll just say that much, but really glad to finally have this. These are great releases. Kaoru Mori, great artwork, great storytelling. Really glad we got this. And then these two weren't really back ordered. They're just ones that I hadn't bought yet, so I threw them into one of my orders, and that is A Sign of Affection Volume 2 and Volume 4. So we got those. And then lastly, for back-ordered stuff, I don't know if I'd really call this back-ordered. This is stuff I ordered all of this series last month with a coupon code, and so they sent me like 4 volumes last month, and they sent me pretty much all of the rest of the series this month. I'm just missing 1 volume, and that is Vagabond and the Viz Big. So this month they sent me Volume 3, Volume 5, Volume 7, Volume 8, and they have these great connecting spines. I'm sure everybody knows that. Vagabond, very popular series. I see this in almost everybody's collection. Volume 9, Volume 11, and Volume 12. So the only volume I am now missing is Volume 6. And so once I have that, I will have all of Vagabond, and I'll be able to read through that. So that was all the back-ordered older stuff that I got from Right Stuff. Okay, next up we have Right Stuff pre-orders. So there's everything they sent me this month. We have The Case Files of Julia Richard, Volume 4. Really enjoyed Volume 1. Kaguya-sama Love is War 24, getting near the end of this series. Kageki Shoujo Volume 7, and one interesting thing I noticed when I was logging this series into my Excel spreadsheet, I never ordered Volume 6, so I had to add that to one of my recent Right Stuff orders because I had 1 through 5 and then now 7. Dungeon People Volume 2, this is one that I got. I had actually bought Volume 1 off Profitaku and really enjoyed it, and went ahead and grabbed Volume 2. Hello Melancholic Volume 3, which I think is the final volume. Yes, this is a very short Yuri series, musical series. Looking forward to reading that. A new Yuri series, and that is My Cute Little Kitten Volume 1. This one looks interesting. This is by the same creator who did Girlfriends, which is a series that I just got last month. Really looking forward to this one. I think this is the first time I think I've seen on any of these 7 Seas releases where there's like this Girls Love kind of imprint on it. So I don't know if that's a newer imprint or I just haven't noticed it. But yeah, like Hello Melancholic is 7 Seas and it doesn't have it on it. So I just thought that was interesting. We have The Duke of Death and His Maid, Volume 4. The two of them are pretty much like this, Volume 2. One that I've been awaiting forever, Denpa, again with their really always delayed releases, finally released Volume 9 of Inside Mari, which completes this series. It's going to be the first thing I read in the month of January. I'm really looking forward to this. I love Shuzo Oshimi, and this is one that I've really been wanting to read, so glad we finally got this. So now I have all 9 volumes of Inside Mari. Another Denpa release that's been delayed forever, and that is Guayabano Holiday, is how it's pronounced, by Panpania. I really enjoyed their Invitation from a Crab, and really looking forward to checking this one out. They always have very unique artwork, art style, and really looking forward to checking this one out. We have The Masterful Cat is Depressed Again Today, Volume 5. I feel like it's been quite a while since Volume 4 came out, so this is a really cute, very fun series. Highly recommend this one if you are interested. We've got a new series, Runaway with Me Girl, Volume 1. This is one that I actually, so I have a spreadsheet where I track all my pre-orders, everything I own, everything I pre-ordered from what site and all that. I still managed to pre-order this from both Barnes & Noble and Right Stuff. So even if you have a detailed spreadsheet and you keep track of everything, you can still screw up occasionally. And I got this from both places this month. So Runaway with Me Girl, Volume 1. Run on Your New Legs, Volume 3. I got 1 and 2 last month, so I went ahead and pre-ordered Volume 3. The Splendid Work of A Monster Made, Volume 4. Whisper Me a Love Song, Volume 6. I've heard good stuff about this series. We have a manhwa. This is Killing Stalking Deluxe Edition, Volume 2. I read Volume 1. It was definitely not what I was expecting. It had heard it be described as like a boys' love kind of serial killer horror. There's not really any love going on in it. I wouldn't really call it a BL, other than the main character is gay. More of a sadistic kind of story, and but I at least was interested enough to give Volume 2 a shot. So that's this. They are going right along on these Alice in Borderland releases, so I got Volume 4 of that. We have the final volume of My Senkoku. This is Volume 10, and these really nice Viz releases. Really hope that now that they've wrapped up My Senkoku and Yatsura, that we get some more Takahashi works. Maybe they'll, do 1 Pound Gospel in a 2-volume release like this, or we get some of the Rumik Theater or something. Hopefully they have something more planned, because these are really nice releases. We have the second hardcover of Thus Spoke Rohan Kishibe. These really nice colored volumes. And then the last thing I got here, we have Berserk Volume 12 in these fantastic deluxe editions. We're getting close to the end of these that I think we'll get to. That'll wrap up everything that Mura did. And I think maybe there's going to be another 2 or 3. So we're getting near the end of that stuff. And this is one of my favorite series. Really looking forward to getting to read this. So that is all of the pre-orders. Okay, so next we have the stuff from the holiday sale for Right Stuff. Quite a bit here. I still have a bunch of stuff coming in the mail, so too much stuff, let's just say that. So starting off, I'm going to list, normally when they do these sales, there's always a few volumes that they'll have for like $1 or like $2. Like, so it's usually like really old Tokyo Pop stuff. And there were a few volumes of that I was actually interested in this time. So I did grab a few of those. So first we have, I think it's Icy and a Sunflower. I had picked up something else by this creator. I think Haunted House is the name. And I thought it was weird, but I did enjoy it. And so I added them to my list of creators that I wanted to grab some of their stuff when I find it. So this was, it was either $1 or like $2. So I got that. And then I got some volumes of Happy Mania by Mayoko Ano, who I had mentioned earlier. And so I got the volumes that Right Stuff had of that. We got number 5, number 7, and number 8. And then, of course, most of the other volumes of this go for a lot of money, but they did have these ones for less than $3. And now going into the actual regular series that were kind of the normal sale price that Right Stuff does. So a lot of these series are just kind of like blind buys, basically. Like, I didn't know too much about them. I just kind of looked them up, thought they looked interesting, decided to give them a shot. So first we have a newer Tokyo Pop series. This is Still Sick. This is a Yuri series, and so they had this on sale. So I got all 3 volumes of this. I really haven't heard anybody talk too much about this, but it has, you know, good reviews. I figured I'd give it a shot. I think this is the final volume. Maybe it's not. Maybe it's just there's only 3 volumes out, but I got all 3 volumes of that. Here is a series. So I don't think I've ever read any isekai. I'm pretty sure I haven't, but one of the ones that I've had recommended to me, if you're not a fan of isekai, is this series. And it was on sale during the sale, so I went ahead and grabbed it. It is from J Novel Club, which are smaller volumes, and that is Ascendance of a Bookworm. So I went ahead and grabbed everything that they had on sale for this. So I'm not going to show all the covers, but we have, let's see here, we have all of part 1. So we have 1 through 7 of part 1 of Ascendance of a Bookworm, and then everything they had for part 2, which is 1 through 4. And they are in these smaller releases from J Novel Club. They're pretty thin, but the paper quality is nice. And yeah, couldn't pass it up for the price. Give it a shot, see if I enjoy isekai, and see if this is something that I'll enjoy. But yeah, I grabbed everything of Ascendance of a Bookworm. Okay, next up we have another Yuri series that was on sale that I picked up. I had actually already gotten volume 1 at a used place a while ago. And so that series is Our Teachers Are Dating. And so volume 1 just looked like a cute kind of series. Volume 2's cover, same thing. And then volume 3's cover really jumps. I was not expecting this cover. Volume 3 really jumps up the intimacy in the cover. And so this is volume 3. And then we're back to kind of just this cute, wholesome volume 4. So all 4 volumes of Our Teachers Are Dating. I think it was Suki Notes that just talked about the series. She didn't really enjoy it that much, but I'm willing to give it a shot. It's a shorter series. You know, I'm always down for shorter series. Here's another short series that was on sale. They had the 2 volumes of Our Wonderful Days. I went ahead and grabbed that. I don't think this is a completed one, but only 2 volumes out. We have Futari Beya. I think it was last month where I got the first 5 volumes of this at a used place. And this popped up on sale from Right Stuff, so I went ahead and grabbed the rest of the volumes of this. So 6, 7, 8, Yeah, so I think through 8 is how far it is so far. Next we have I think this is a Boys Love series. Yes, this is a Boys Love series that always looked interesting to me, but I hadn't grabbed it and it was on sale. I thought this had ended, but I guess it's an ongoing. 2 volumes of this are a little beat up, which was kind of disappointing, but I really don't want to go through having to return them to Right Stuff. So we have Given Volume 1. It's got kind of a bend in the cover that you can't really see. We've got Volume 2, Volume 3. I've heard really good things about this series. I think I'll enjoy it. 4, 5, and 6. This is the most beat up of all of them. So Volume 6, I don't know if you can tell. It's really bent right there. It's got kind of a nice ding there in the cover. But yeah, so I got 1 through 6 of Given. I got the 1 volume of This is a Manhwa. This is The Remarried Empress. I don't own a lot of manhwa, but this one looked really interesting to me. And so I was planning on picking it up anyways at some point. But yeah, having it be on sale during the Right Stuff sale made me grab it. If you know, I love my cat series, and so this series was on sale, so I grabbed all the volumes that I didn't have. I had found, I think, 2 volumes of this at a used place previously, so I grabbed 1. This is With a Dog and a Cat, Every Day is Fun, Volume 2, just to give you an idea what it kind of looks like inside. I'm going to guess just cute pet hijinks. 2, 4, 5, 6, and 7. And I think 7 is the final volume, where it says last volume for the time being. I really like that as a description for when you're at your final volume, but who knows if you're going to create more. And then we have another series here. This one I've heard kind of mixed things about, but I thought I'd give it a shot. This is If I Could Reach You. This is another Yuri series. So Volume 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and the final volume, Volume 7. That was everything that Right Stuff sent me during this sale. Like I said, I already have like 3 or 4 boxes already on their way that'll be here first week of January. So I'll have a bunch more holiday sale stuff coming up in my January haul video. But that was it. Okay, so that was it for my December 2022 haul. Thank you for watching. You know, I'm definitely going to continue making haul reading log videos going into 2023, but you'll also probably see some more videos. I've gotten a lot of great ideas from other manga tubers of types of videos that they've done that I've been interested in. So I'm definitely going to try to have at least 2 to 3 videos a month going forward. So hopefully I can continue that, and I'm really looking forward to 2023. I read a ton of great manga in 2022, got a lot of great books, and yeah, so thank you all for watching the channel. Hope everyone has a great 2023, and see you in the next video.